My name is Bonnie Hunter, and I am here today at the office and the home of Lanier Mitchum, who for years has been umpiring girls softball games down east. Anywhere else?
All over the country.
All over the country? Wow. Okay. Today is July 14th, 2015. Let's start with some background information. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Moncks Corner, South Carolina in 1953. We moved up here to Carteret County when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I've been a resident ever since.
Okay.
Right here in the wonderful community of Davis, North Carolina.
It is wonderful. Did you play sports, any sports when you were growing up?
I played a little baseball back to Little League, but I didn't like baseball very much, so I wasn't very good at it. So I didn't really. And I was too little to in high school. They wouldn't let me play basketball or football because I was so little. For a little scrawny kid, I didn't have any meat on my bones.
Okay. How did you get involved with girls softball?
Well, I had two of my daughters. My oldest daughter, Melissa, played softball with Barbara and Yeomans, and that's back when they played the slow pitch game. And then years evolved, the slow pitch kind of went away, and everybody's going to the fast pitch softball now. And the reason I got involved when it was some of my daughters aged out, so I started looking into the umpire side of it. And as I told you before, half the time we'd have games down here, the umpires would never show up. So I went to Newport over there and took the umpire course, the class and stuff, went to clinics and stuff to learn how to officiate the game of softball, to learn the rules. And that's how I got started at it.
Okay. Did you enjoy doing it?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I totally love it. The thing I like about it is you learn the game, but the thing that really impresses me the most, or their love for the game, is you watch these little girls when they're 6 years old, 7, 8-year-old girls start playing. They can't hit, they can't throw, but they try. But you progressively watch them, and then all of a sudden time flies and they're 16, 17-year-olds, and they're out there doing things that'll just amaze you. But that's softball. I mean, it's just a neat thing to watch those kids grow up, and the girls that want to play, to see how good they can be at it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them, we have some really, really good softball players in Carteret County. Some of these girls have gone on to do good things in softball.
Yeah, you do. Do you think there's a difference working with umpiring girls and umpiring boys? Baseball?
Well, I'm not so much if there's a difference or not. It just seems like to me, the girls are just easier to work with. I don't know about the boys side of it because I never really did the boys. I don't do the baseball games, and I really don't watch. I'm not a fan of baseball. It's just boring to me. The game of baseball is just so slow. It takes so long.
Yeah.
And this game of girls fast pitch ball is a fast moving game, and it's just a lot more action in it.
Can you tell us the difference between slow pitch and fast pitch, and talk about the transition here between slow pitch and fast pitch?
Well, what happened down here in our area was back when, like I say, when my daughter played, everything was slow pitch. It's just when you pitch the ball, it's just a lob the ball in there, and and it's kind of a slow motion game, whatever. But anyway, eventually what happened in our area was all the teams that were playing slow pitch, everybody just stopped playing it, and then everybody was catching on to the fast pitch stuff, which is where they throw the ball like 60, 70 miles an hour and stuff like that. So that's basically what happened. Everybody just the slow pitch game went away. Mm-hmm. Now we do still have some slow pitch games down here, but it's an adult league. Some of it's co-ed and some of it's just girls, women's softball slow pitch teams. So that's basically what happened here. We had to go with the times, you know, to keep up with the game. So if you're going to play, you had to play the fast pitch game. So that's what happened down here.
Were the rules any different? Was it just that the ball was going faster, or were there different rules?
There was some difference in the rules and stuff. And the fast pitch game, the girls could steal bases, and slow pitch you can't. And there were some different rules and stuff like that. So the girls had to adjust to that stuff too. But they caught on pretty quick.
And I guess the umpires had to adjust.
Oh yes, yes ma'am. Yes you do.
Did you have any conflicts or problems with the girls or their parents or their coaches or their fans?
I'd say offhand we probably have more trouble with the fans than we do anybody. The coaches will try to push your buttons and they'll try to get you to know, you know, they know how far they can take it with you. And the fans we don't have much control over, you know, but some of the fans can get kind of involved in it, and the grandmothers are the worst ones. They don't like for you to call their granddaughter out or something like that, you know, and stuff like that. But in all reality, it's really not that bad. Most of the time we have a trouble with a fan or a parent or something other, we'll have the home coach go there and ask them to calm down, or if they can't behave themselves, you know, they're not teaching these girls sportsmanship, so we ask them to leave the ballpark. So that's the way they handle it. But in all reality, we don't have a whole lot of trouble. Every once in a while, you get somebody that's don't know how to behave in public, and they have to send them home. So, but it's not very often. And I have done that.
Can you talk a little bit about how Babe Ruth girls softball got started here, you know, down East Carteret County?
Well, what happened here in Carteret County, Barbara Yeomans was probably the biggest draw that we had. Barbara got involved in, like I say, with the girls and in the slow pitch game, and then it evolved to the fast pitch game, like I said before. But Barbara Yeomans probably did more for girls fast pitch softball in this part of the country, in eastern North Carolina. Not just here in Carteret County, but all of eastern North Carolina. She was the state commissioner, and she would go up to New Jersey and she'd talk to the head people up in New Jersey, you know, and say, hey, look, we're not getting the recognition we need to get, and somebody needs to get down here, and we got teams too. And Barbara would get things done. She was the main reason why we still have a Babe Ruth League down here now.
That's what I've heard.
She was a go-getter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A wonderful lady too, by the way. She was just a pleasure. Taught a lot of Barbara, and Alice too. Alice is a little hard-headed, but Barbara was pretty good.
Yeah, I knew Barbara, and of course I don't know Alice very well at all. But yes, they did a lot. They did a lot for girls softball. Yeah. And she also raised the money, or helped raise the money for the lights at East Carteret.
Right. Yes, she did.
She worked real hard at trying to get the girls the same recognition that the boys always have.
Oh, I didn't, I'm speaking to the microphone now. I didn't say when I got started that Lanier's wife, Annette, is here too to add anything she would like to. And that was who was speaking. I have to say that for the transcriber, which will not be me. Well, let's see. Do you excuse me. Can't. Goodness. Now let me see if I can speak.
Would you like some water?
I think I'm okay. Do you have any stories, any funny stories or inspiring stories that you can think of that might have happened over the years when you were umpiring games, or experiences with your own daughters?
Well, I got one story. My youngest daughter, Samantha, it's not a funny story, but it's just a story. We were playing a game over at Eastern Park one day, and we were in a heated game with a rival team, and the ball hit her on her hand as she was trying to hit the ball, and she hit her little finger. And of course, she was a little girl. She wasn't but, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old, and it hurts when that softball hits you. But I was the coach, and I kind of hollered at her and told her to suck it up and quit crying like a little girl. And I thought the moms on both teams were probably going to behead me before I got off the field. So, because my daughter got hit with the ball, and I thought she was supposed to be tougher than that and suck it up. But so that didn't go over too good for me. But we ended up winning the game, so that was a good thing.
How long did you coach?
Probably off and on for 6 or 7 years. 6, 7, 8 years probably.
You said you umpired all over the country.
Yeah, I've been up to Virginia. I've done, just toot my own horn here, I've done about 16, 17 district tournaments. Most of that's right here in North Carolina, and I've also done probably 12 or 14 state tournaments, and I've also done probably 12 or 14 Southeast regional tournaments, and I've been to UIC for 7 of those, I think. But those regional tournaments are, some of them were held in Virginia, some of them was held in Alabama, Florida, and mostly right here on the East Coast, and some of them were held up in the mountains of North Carolina, and also have had a distinct pleasure of doing 6 World Series.
Wow.
So, and I'm actually going to go do my 7th one this year. I'm going down to Alachua, Florida, which is just north of Gainesville, just a little bit, and do my 7th World Series for Babe Ruth. So it's kind of a big accomplishment for a small hometown boy here from Carteret County. So, and but I work hard at it. I make sure that I read the rule book at least twice a year, and I prepare myself. And like I say, I've been doing it a long time, and I know what I need to do out there on that field, and I know how to enforce the rules, and I know what the rules are. So, but I've been very fortunate in that. Got to meet some real nice people in the travels of Babe Ruth, and got to meet some of the people up in the main office up in Trenton, New Jersey. You know, that Babe Ruth people. Yeah. Mr. Tellison and Mr. Flaherty and Rob Connor and some of the big wigs up there. So. So, and I've actually had a pretty good career at it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it. I'm getting old, and I'm 62 years old this October, so I don't know how, but I still feel good, so we'll see how long I can do it. Yeah. But I'm planning on doing it as long as I can.
Well, good.
If I get old and real slow and I can't move, then I'll quit. but I enjoy it. I love it. I enjoy it. People ask me all the time, how in the world do you go out there and let those people hollering and scream at you, and it's hot, and you're sweating, but it keeps me active, and it's something that I thoroughly enjoy doing.
Well, that's great. Can you talk a little bit about what you feel girls softball has done for the Down East communities, and for Carteret County in general?
Well, for us down here in Carteret County, there's not a whole lot of activities for kids to be involved in unless they're doing some kind of sports. And it just tickles me to death to see these girls out here. These girls that come out and play. They're not sitting home playing on a computer or doing something like that. You know, they're out being active, and it's done a lot for the Carteret County area. For the girls softball program. It's I think when we first started out, my daughter's team, Melissa, I think we had probably 5 or 6 teams out of the whole county now. That's Swansboro, Moorhead, and the whole county of Carteret, and now we probably got close to 60 teams. So it's grown a lot. And then girls hopefully will stay involved with it.
So it's unlike, I guess, men's baseball and the adult women's league, which have kind of lost teams and members, I guess. Is that right? Down east?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the adult league is nowhere as strong as the youth league. Of course, our numbers were down this year and last year too. I'm not sure what's the reason for it is. I don't know, but last year we didn't have a whole lot of. This past season, our numbers were down. Of course, everybody's was too. Everybody in District 5, which includes Newbern, all their numbers were down too. For the girls, didn't have we're probably 25 total teams short for what we had last year. So I guess a lot of them's going to play soccer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing about softball and baseball probably too, but just for the softball side of it, you're only going to put 9 players out there on that field at a time. So if you got 13, 14 girls on your team, only 9 of them's going to be able to play at one time. So you have to move subs in and out. And I guess with soccer, you got, well, I don't know how many they put out there, but there's a bunch of them. So I guess they get more chance to play. So and most of the coaches, you're only going to put your 9 better players out there. So I guess that's the reasons why soccer's getting a little bit more popular too. And plus the girls won the world championship this year, so soccer's probably in for a big push.
Can you talk a little bit about, you've said that it's amazing to see them grow in their skills from age 5 till 17 or 18. What else do they learn from playing softball besides the physical skills that are required?
They learn a lot of life lessons. Things may not always go your way. You're going to have a bad day, and you find a way to deal with it. And I think it helps the girls grow up a lot. I think it makes them a lot more mature, understand situations, and if you want something in life, you got to work for it. In other words, if you want to be one of those 9 on that field, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to get there. So that's the way I see it. And
what about friendships? I assume both the girls, make friends that they wouldn't otherwise have, both on their particular teams and other teams that they play, maybe, especially when the players are combined into an all-star team.
Right. Yeah, they make friendships for life. I mean, and not just only that, they like if they go off and play a state tournament or a regional tournament somewhere, which we've had girls do that a lot around here, because we've had some, like I said, we had some really good softball teams that's come out of this area. But they probably make lifelong friendships with some of the girls, or maybe from different states or whatever. And I know for a fact that some of them keep in contact with each other and stuff like that. So that's a big thing. It's the winning the games is probably the number one priority, but to go out there and play with sportsmanship and know how to control your actions on the field and stuff like that is another big aspect of the game. And that's the umpire side of it, where you make sure they do that stuff.
There's something else I was going to ask, which has just left my mind. Travels. I guess if they're good, they get to travel some to tournaments.
Yes, ma'am.
And have some experiences that they might not have had.
Yeah, they try to. Babe Ruth, when they host a regional tournament or World Series, most of the time it'll be in Florida or Wilson, North Carolina, or Virginia or Connecticut, and they move it around up and down the East Coast. It's just whatever town or community wants to try to get it, and then Babe Ruth has to approve it, and the girls get to travel to those different spots where they're going to put those tournaments on at. So they get to travel a lot if they do that.
And communities raise money to send them.
Oh yes, they show up to my house every year looking for donations, and I give it to them. So just so they can go play. And it's a big community drive to do that. I mean, I think most of the businesses and people, and the girls raise a lot of money too. They do car washes, bake sales, and whatever they can figure out to make some money to help them with their travels, so they do that.
Can you think of anything else you want to add? Oh, rivalries. Are there any rivalries down east or with other parts of the county?
Probably the biggest rival we have around here is probably down east, which is our area around here in Newbern. You know, they got a little rivalry thing going on. So, but for us down here, we have a smaller pool of kids to pull from. In other words, to make an all-star team. Whereas you take Pitt County over here, they've got X number of kids to pull from to make their all-star team. So they have a lot more kids to pick from, and Newbern has a lot more kids to pick from. But down east always manages to send very good representation up there, so we generally do pretty good.
Yes, you do.
Yep. One lady at the ballpark one day, I think we were spanking Newbern pretty good one day, and I heard her tell her daughter, "Don't worry about that." She said, all they do is play in the water and walk on conch shells." So
you don't have to be afraid of them.
no. They're just good ball players. They had some good coaches and had some girls that wanted to play the game of softball. Most of them play it very well.
Do you have a favorite field that you like to umpire?
No, just probably right here at the local park, right here at Eastern Park. We used to play games down here at sea level down at Mariner Park, but we don't play there anymore. So.
Why is that?
Well, I guess the numbers of the teams started dropping off, and then the girls from Atlantic used to have a team, and we had a team up here, and Marshallburg had a team, and Harkers Island had a team, and this just numbers started dropping down, so they started just pulling from Marshallburg, Harkers Island, Cedar Island would all get together and make one or two teams out of the whole group of girls. So I guess that's why they quit playing down in Atlantic.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I can't think of anything. I
Okay.
think we covered about everything.
Okay, I guess.
And one thing I did with it. Now, you did know that Barbara Yeomans' daughter, her granddaughter is playing softball.
Yes, I went to a couple of her games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's playing now, so we're starting it all over.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I was trying to talk Allison to come start umpiring with us, but he told me he couldn't see, and I said, well, I can't either, so you'll fit right in.
I didn't realize Ellis was an umpire.
No, he's not.
Oh.
He will not do it. No, he will not do it. No, I was trying to talk him into doing it. I told him, I said, Ellis, that'll get you back into the game, give you something to do.
Right.
He said, I can't see. And I said, well, we can't either, so remember, we're all blind, we can't see anything, so.
Yes, I see now. That would be perfect.
But anyway. But she is a cutie.
She is. Probably the smallest one on the team.
She's one of the smaller ones, but she's a firecracker now.
Yes.
She's something. She looks just like her mother too. Just like Beth. Identical. Clone.
Well, I certainly appreciate you.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming here and doing this.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.